In 2015, about 10 years ago, there was a huge floods in Chennai. One of the things that happened in the floods was my office was flooded. All our computer systems, records washed out in the floods. I had tears in my eyes. I could see my entire office underwater and all the systems were gone. All of us have only 24 hours a day. So it's a question of prioritizing. It's a question of nobody can do everything that they want. Nobody can do. Somebody says that I've done everything that I wanted to do, they are lying. It was a donation of some 50 benches which my club had done. So I was about to remove the banner when I saw there was a child seated there on that bench. I thought this child was physically challenged. That's why she wasn't running with her classmates. And this happened at least 25 years ago. She looked up at me, with great difficulty and said, "This is the first time I'm sitting on a bench, whether it's in a home or in a school. And thanks to you." And she held my hand and said, "You are like God. Time is money. You have no business to waste somebody else's time." I don't want to send that message. I want to send a message that I value time, your time as much as I value my time. So I'm not going to waste your time. Never ever stop believing in yourself and your ability. That's the only message I have.
Hello and welcome to the yet another episode of Beyond the Rotary Wheel. Today we have PRID AS Venkatesh with us, alias Vanky. And today we are going to know a lot more about him. So I'm not going to introduce him before the episode. You will get to know a lot more about him through the episode. Welcome to the channel, sir.
Thank you, Megha. Thank you for the invitation.
Sir, today's theme of the episode is Ant hi Aarambh Hai. That means every ending has a beginning behind it. Like the trees shed their leaves for the new leaves to come over. So I want to know that there might be some moment in your life wherein you might have thought that there is an ending, but there was a huge beginning, a huge opportunity behind that end. What is that?
I want to talk about my opportunities in the business that I'm in. I'm in field of construction, based in Chennai. At every project, when we do, we feel that's the end of our business. We don't know what is next. But however, the experience that we gain in every project sets us up for the subsequent project. So actually it's a seed for a beginning of a new one. So every year or every few years, we have a new beginning whenever a major project gets over, and that's because of the experience that we have gained, which has ended. So whatever has ended has given rise to something in the future, which is a new beginning. And I really feel life is that way. There's always a cycle of something ends, something begins, and it's often said that when God closes one door, He opens another door. That's exactly the same policy.
And any moment in life wherein you would have got panicked that, oh my God, this has happened. What will I do next? But during that, what will I do next? There was a huge opportunity that you would have found. And
well, I'm surprised that you asked this question because there was something that's been working in my mind, sir. In 2015, about 10 years ago, some of you may recall, there was a huge floods in Chennai. In Chennai city, there was a huge amount of floods, and we were without water in electricity for almost 6 days. One of the things that happened in the floods was my office was flooded. So all our database, all our computer systems, records, practically got washed out in the floods. So we had about little over knee-deep water inside the office. I went in when it was waterlogged. I had tears in my eyes. I could see my entire office underwater, and all the systems were gone. Because nowadays everything runs on computer systems. Were gone. It, I thought, was a huge disaster for me. But what happened subsequently over the next 6 months, now we were forced to take some corrective action. So we had to recreate the past records. That is one thing which we did with our vendors and customers, etc. We did. More importantly, now we went for a higher level of computerization than before, which on its own, it would have taken another 8 years to do so. Because now we were at a stage where we had to start from scratch. I said, why do we have to do the same thing? Now we can do something better. We started something higher, and that has helped us now. So much so that we went public last year. So because of the changes that we made in our systems and operations, thanks to those floods. Floods would normally people would think is a disaster. But in our case, it actually helped us to reboot our systems.
Just like how things happened in COVID,
Yes.
there was an opportunity behind that.
Yeah, the technological upgradation that happened during COVID would not have normally happened at all.
So you became the youngest district governor of 3230 and then later also served as a Rotary International Director. How has Rotary helped you evolve as a person, as a leader?
Okay, first thing is, as mentioned about youngest, etc., is incidental. When I became a governor, it was an age where nobody else had been at that. But it's all bound to change somewhere sooner or later. Somebody is going to be a governor much earlier than what I was. So I don't give much weightage to that youngest part, etc. But yes, I became a governor fairly early in my life.
Being very generous.
No, that's a fact. Let's face it. And of course, I served as on the board of Rotary International as well. How has it helped me or shaped me? Let me answer it at a personal level first. I'm a much kinder person than what I was when I joined Rotary. Because in the process of being a Rotarian, you tend to come across a lot of sufferings, a lot of people who are not as blessed as you are. So you tend to look at life in a more grateful manner. Okay, I have got so many things which I never knew was a blessing. You tend to see people who don't have that and you feel that you are privileged, you are blessed. Your entire mindset, your tendency, your reaction tends to sober down. You are no more, the haughty guy. He says, okay, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. So over a period of time, I'm a much kinder person today, much softer person, if you may say so. That is something that has happened in my personal life. Even my daughters now look at me differently than they used to look at when I was much younger.
Were you aggressive?
No, I was very strong-headed, I would say. Not aggression is maybe they perceived I was aggressive. But I had my opinions and I'd hang on to my opinions and views. Not so anymore. I'm willing to correct myself. I'm willing to listen. All this thanks to Rotary. There you move with people of diverse opinions and thoughts, and oftentimes you realize that your opinion may not be the best. Which opportunity I did not have before joining Rotary, because I was running my own business. So even my subordinates won't have the guts to tell me that I was not right. So there was nobody to tell me that there could be a different opinion. I was always haughty and arrogant about what I thought. Also because nobody objected to it, I said that's the best. But over a course of time, when I joined Rotary and I started interacting with people who had different opinions and were able to convince me that those are better than my ideas, I realized, yes, there's a big world which Rotary has opened up to me, which makes me humble, which makes me grounded, and which makes me attentive to thoughts and ideas of others as well as I go along. That is as a person. On the professional front, as you know, I've been my own boss right from the beginning. I've never been an employee anywhere. But I now realize that after assuming leadership roles in Rotary, where I'm not dealing with subordinates, I'm dealing with equals, I realize that's a different approach which actually gets a result amongst equals who are not actually indebted to you to do anything. You're not paying them. But then working as a team, you're able to get that out of people. Then I thought over it and I said, if I can get people who are not bound to do what I tell them to do, by using an approach I can make them do something. How about using the same methodology in my company where they are actually my subordinates, they have to duty bound to do what I tell them. But now when I change my approach, they are thankful and they willingly do it. There's a buy-in. Earlier there was not a buy-in, there was an order from the top they do. Today there's no order from the top, I don't order them. Because of my Rotary experience, I now make it a collaborative approach, get a buy-in. Now they're doing things happily on the road, which is a big benefit I've got thanks to Rotary, my business, which I have adopted my business.
Thank you. Yes. So your stubbornness has got converted to an acceptance towards everything, and your gratitude behavior was already there. So of course, I'm sure there's a lot to learn from you as well, for the viewers as well. So you are a bridge player. You are a passionate Rotarian and very active in the organization as well. And simultaneously managing your work as well, your company. You said 1,400 plus employees. How are you balancing it all?
And there's no magic formula. I would think that all of us have only 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
Okay, even the chairman of let's say 1 lakh crore conglomerate or me, everybody has 24 hours. So it's a question of prioritizing. It's a question of nobody can do everything that they want to do. Nobody can do. If somebody says that I've done everything that I wanted to do, they are lying.
Yeah.
So you decide with what are your priorities, what is the order in which you want to do, and so that if need be, what are you going to sacrifice? So I've also sacrificed a few of my passions to be able to devote time to something else that I want to devote time to. Like you were mentioning about playing bridge. I've been playing bridge for the last 35 years.
Wow.
It's such an intellectual stimulation to play bridge. And I've been playing competitive bridge as well. But of late, I find that I don't have time to do it. Now I have a choice of continuing to play bridge or do something else and not play bridge, because I have only so much time. So in the last few years, I have let bridge take a back seat. I don't play, in the last 3 years, I have not played competitive bridge at all.
Oh.
That's a sacrifice that I have made or a compromise I have done to be able to do what I wanted to do. Same is the case with trekking. I have been an avid trekker most part of my life. I enjoy outdoors, I enjoy trekking. But last 5 years, I have not gone on a single trek. That's again a compromise I have made. So it's all about prioritizing what you want and doing a few things, doing it well to your satisfaction, and not doing a few other things which you may have wanted to do otherwise. I feel a time will come when I might prioritize bridge over something else.
Yeah.
I might prioritize trekking over something else. But today, time is those are in the back seat, something else I'm spending time.
So as our theme says, Ant hi Aarambh Hai. So as per the conversation we've just had, you're saying that the trekking has been taken as a backseat and your bridge playing as well. So there is a kind of stop to it. So what new opportunities you have managed to get with the time that you're saving out of that?
See, one is I've taken up bigger responsibilities in Rotary. So that calls for, if I have to be fair to myself, I need to put in a lot more time and effort. So I've signed up for it with my eyes open. So I've put that as a top priority now, having taken up those assignments. Same with my business. Now, as I said, we have now grown and now it requires a little more of my time to be able to set a lot more procedures for somebody else down the line to take over. I spend a lot more time there. Now my children are grown up and now they want me to talk to them at least once a week, if not more often. They don't live in India, so I don't see them every day, but then at least once a week, I need to spend time with them, talk to them. These are more important than a few other things that I have given up. So yes, I have taken up a few things knowingly that these are today, in my present stage of mind and age, these are more important to me than these. As I said earlier, there will come a time when I feel there is something else more important.
Absolutely.
Can happen.
Absolutely. So you are very actively involved in Rotary India Literacy Mission, and you're also a major donor level 3. What inspires you to be so dedicated towards the service?
I was involved in Rotary India Literacy Mission when it started, because I was very taken in by the concept of total literacy in India, so I decided to put in a lot of effort there. It was so fascinating, you know, it's interesting to see that you can do something for a cause that you believe is very important for our country. I recall in 2011, the census said we were 74% literacy. If I remember the numbers right now, we were about 75% literacy, which is 1/4 of our country was illiterate at that time. That's a huge number given our population. 1/4 is a huge number. And I said, can we do something about it? And when this opportunity came about through Rotary India Literacy, I spent a lot of effort framing the modalities of how Rotary should operate, and I did spend first 4 or 5 years in that. Once it got going, I was not involved there because then the clubs and the districts took over the projects. But to my satisfaction, I did a lot of things in the beginning stage of framing this literacy policy for Rotary. As far as being a donor is concerned, I don't think it's an achievement. God has been kind to give me something that I could spare without affecting my lifestyle, so I gave. So I don't think it's an achievement in giving. I wasn't born with anything, so I was not giving away something that I was born with. Whatever I got along the way, some of it I've given. So I don't think I want to think too much about being a donor, giving so many dollars, etc. That's not what I want to think about. I feel I did something. I don't think I have been impacted negatively because I gave it. I wasn't eating one meal less because I gave to foundation. I didn't. So I had my lifestyle and still had surplus. I gave it to foundation.
Yeah, so you technically give a lesson, or so you're.
No, I'm not giving a message to anyone. I mean, it's each one can frame their own messages. I can tell you what I've done. If it inspires you to do something, I'm happy. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be unhappy. I do what I have to do or what I feel is right in doing. And I share this story with everyone. I'm not telling you to do, but I'm telling you this is what I've done. If you are inspired, go ahead and do it. If you feel you fit into this, go ahead and do it.
So it's an inner call.
Absolutely. And I believe that it has got to be an inner call for everyone.
Yes. So any particular moment in life where you're doing a service and that particular moment has got very close to your heart, a heart-wrenching moment?
It's actually very early in my Rotary career. I've shared this story many times. Very early when I was hardly into service at all through Rotary. Seeing my reluctance to participate in these projects, my club president then put me as sergeant at arms for those days a matching grant inauguration. It was a donation of some 50 benches which my club had done, and inauguration of that new benches in a Panchayat middle school about 40 kilometers outside Chennai. I was asked to be the sergeant at arms for the function, and after the function got over, cut the ribbon, inaugurated those benches, and there were some snacks and tea served on the playground in that school. All the children rushed, and my job was to make sure the classroom was empty and take the banner and come back. And as mundane as it may sound, that was my job, early part of my Rotary career. So I was about to remove the banner when I saw there was a child seated there on that bench. I thought this child was physically challenged. That's why she isn't running, maybe 6-7-year-old girl. Maybe she wasn't, that's why she wasn't running with her classmates. So I went next to her and saw, and she seemed perfectly all right. Her limbs and legs were fine. And I said, why don't you go with your classmates? She said, it's okay. She told me in Tamil. She said, no, you carry on, I'll come later. But my job is not complete till she leaves. So out of sheer desperation, I said, okay, if you are not going to come, I will also not have my tea. And I went and sat next to her. I said, both of us will go whenever you are ready to go. Now this girl had no choice. And this happened at least 25 years ago. Even now, when I think of it, I can see that image in my head. This girl, a slip of a girl, in the seated position, she was here, I was here. She looked up at me, with great difficulty and said, this is the first time I'm sitting on a bench, whether it's in a home or in my school.
My God.
And thanks to you. And she held my hand and said, you are like God. You gave me the opportunity to sit on a bench. Let me experience this for some more time. Don't make me get up. Okay, and I have two girls, and probably at that time one of my daughters was that age. Here was a girl who was as old as my daughter, who thinks sitting on a bench was a life-changing experience. And my daughter would not even think twice about sitting on a bench or a chair or a sofa. The same age, 40 kilometers apart, that's it. And here was a girl who thinks I'm almost God sent to her because I've given her a life-changing experience. Honestly, I didn't have anything to do with it. I felt ashamed to accept the credit for something that I have not done. I felt ashamed. I said, this girl, poor thing, she thinks I have done so much for her. I have not. Somebody has done. I have just come here to remove the banner. That is all my contribution to this project was. So I didn't tell her anything. I held her hand, then both of us had our tea and samosas, but whole day I was thinking about it. I said, have I been unfair to accept credit for something that I have not done? Yes, I was unfair. What am I going to do about it? I said, let me make it correct, right? So next day, I checked in my bank whatever was there and whatever I could send. I called my president. I said, what is that I can contribute? He said, you become Polaris fellow. I didn't even know what it was. I said, what is it? $1,000. And that time it was some 40 rupees or 38 rupees or something. I don't remember the amount, somewhere there. Immediately that day I paid that 40,000 rupees. I said, let me at least feel not so guilty about accepting credit. I have also given something to the foundation, which has actually given those wages. That is how my contribution started. So now it has reached somewhere close to $100,000. But when I started at $1,000, this is how it started, because I wanted to be worthy of the credit which that innocent girl has given me. That's how it started.
The story is giving me goosebumps.
That's how it started.
Yes. So this girl has given us Venki now what we see in you.
God has been kind.
So now that I know you are very passionate towards whatever you're doing, including your professional life as well, like you're managing everything, there may be some dreams that you may be working upon, something bigger.
In my business?
Yes.
I told you, we went public last year, and so now we are listed now, which has changed the entire perspective of mine towards business. Till last year, I was not answerable to anyone. Today, I have shareholders whom I have to answer. I've got a independent board of directors I have to answer. So that puts a different kind of responsibility on me. So today, my entire focus is on increasing shareholders' wealth in my company. That is my focus. How do I do it? Grow, take it to a level where shareholders are happy with me. So that is my target today. I am targeting about 20% growth year on year now. That's my vision, that's my dream. What I'll achieve, we'll see as we go along.
But there is a dip in the stock market currently. Yes. So there is a big challenge with your 20% growth dream. So how do you plan to overcome? See,
these dips and highs and lows will keep happening. If I start getting perturbed every morning, there's no progress. So I would tend to look at things, including my company's price, share price, etc., over a period of time, not every morning, every evening. So it doesn't make logical sense. Why has it gone down today? Because sentiment is low. What affects sentiment? God knows. So I'm not really perturbed by day-to-day plus or minus. I don't get thrilled when it goes up a particular day or drops when the next day. I don't worry about it. What is in my control is the performance of my company. I worry about what I can control. Stock prices are not in my control, and I don't bother about it. I worry about performance, which I will do.
So what are the key 3 values that you're following in your company, which is helping grow your company?
Absolute integrity. I can say with confidence that no customer of ours ever in the last 35 years that I've been in business can ever say that we were short on integrity. That is something I do not compromise on. That is something I keep telling all my staff. I can teach you engineering skills, but I cannot teach you integrity. That has to come with you.
Yes.
So we focus and emphasize on integrity a lot, and that I feel has helped us gain credibility and brand equity because people know that we are honest and straightforward. Mm-hmm. I want to hold on to it for dear life.
That is why you were chosen as the Rotary International Director. So we've been having a very involving talk, intense discussions.
True.
So I want to switch over to a little bit of humor as well. I want to play a rapid fire round with you.
Oh my God, okay.
So are you ready?
I hope so. I don't know what is coming up.
Okay, so I'm expecting some humorous answers from you. So if you were to rename Rotary, what would that name be?
Oh wow. Rename Rotary.
Don't say Beyond Rotary.
I can think of a slogan, but I can't think of a name. Maybe friendship. I don't know. It sounds too dull. I need something more attractive.
We are expecting a funny answer from you.
Oh, come one, come all. Hello. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm completely at a blank. Let me see. We'll move on.
Okay, so I'll ask this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were thrown in an island along with one past RI director, who would he be and why?
Actually, I have 2 people. maybe not both together or one at a time, I don't know. One is past President K.R. Ravindran. Other is past President Jennifer Jones. Both of them are very close to me. I mean, I adore, I look up to both of them for different reasons. Jen for the kind of love and warmth that she brings to the table with everyone. You can't have a dull moment when Jen is around. So I envy or I idolize that aspect of hers and the leadership that she brings to the table. In spite of being the first lady international president in over 100 plus years, she carried that very easily on her shoulders. So that is something I want to learn from her. Ravi, as far as Ravindran is concerned, his approach to situations, problems without getting biased or personally compromising anything to come up with a solution, I've seen that repeatedly on several occasions is something I want to emulate and learn from him. How do you handle things so dispassionately? Step aside and handle it very correctly, thoroughly, professionally, and say, okay, this is what is the right approach. That is something I would love to learn from him, and if I were to be stranded with him, I would love it. I can pick his brain, but otherwise very difficult to get his time. So if I were to be stranded, I said, Ravi, come on, I won't pick your brains now.
And what would be your idea of chilling with him?
Chilling with him, have a glass of wine and let's ask questions. Like you are asking me questions, I won't ask him questions, so that I can learn something from him. Yes. That's my idea.
The learning should never stop. So what's the funniest thing that would have ever happened to you at any of the Rotary events?
There are several, some of which are long stories. I'm not going there. Let me tell you something which happened very early. Not very early in the sense when I was a governor nominee or something of that sort. I was invited to a club in rural Tamil Nadu, in Kanjivaram. That was part of our district then, as a chief guest for one of their functions. And the invitation said, in Tamil it said, around 7 o'clock the program starts. And I have a bad habit of being on time everywhere, which doesn't suit several people, but I can't change it. So 6:55 I was there. It's a 130 kilometers drive. I timed it in such a way that, and those days there were no Google Maps, whatever. I was there at 6:55. And not even a sign of a Rotary meeting in that place.
Oh my God.
So first I thought I've come to the wrong place. I've got the wrong address. I checked my invitation, everything was fine. So I called up the club president. I said, I've come here, where are you? He said, where are you? I said, I'm here standing at this place. I can see the name of the hotel. And there seems to be no one on the road. Oh no, just hang in there. And within 3 minutes, he came in. He said, we have booked a room for you upstairs, sir. You please go freshen up. I said, I'm just 1 hour back, I was at home. What is there to freshen up? I'm ready. I'm already in my suit and my entire formal attire. So, no, you go freshen up. He put me in a room. I said, I'm going to be here for just an hour and a half. Why do you waste your money on putting up a room? No, sir, this hotel belongs to Rotarian. You don't worry, we are not spending anything. You please freshen up. I'll send some coffee to your room. I was overwhelmed by the hospitality. I said, why is this guy pushing me to have a coffee when I didn't want to have a cup of coffee? So the coffee came and I was in the room. I didn't even carry a change of clothes because I didn't think it was necessary. And then I hear him, he stepped out of the room, I hear him on his phone. Hey, chief guest has come, please come. So slowly he was mobilizing a crowd of about 30-40 people. It took about 40 minutes to get that crowd. By which time he served me one more cup of coffee, some more bhajis and pakoras and whatever. I was stuffed. But after about 45 minutes or so, sir, are you ready, sir? What, I've been ready for the last 1 hour. Of course, normally I should have got annoyed, but I saw the funny part of it. I went in and I joked about it in my speech as well. But I learned one lesson, all this humor and fun part of it. So after that, anybody invites me, I tell them, I don't care what you put on your invitation. Tell me what time I should come. I'll be there at that time and you jolly well start the program.
So with punctuality, I want you to give a message to all the viewers that why is it important for everyone to be punctual? We oftenly see this happening in Rotary meetings.
Time is money. You have no business to waste somebody else's time. And in a meeting where several people are coming, and if you're going to delay the meeting because somebody has not yet come, you're actually penalizing the people who come on time. You are discouraging people to come on time the next time. So if they come on time, they're going to wait for somebody who is coming late. I don't want to send that message. I want to send a message that I value time, your time as much as I value my time. So I'm not going to waste your time.
And what message you would like to give to the youth of India?
When you say message to youth, you make me look old, which I'm not, but I would say believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
See, unless you believe in yourself, nobody is going to believe you. You need to walk the talk. Believe in yourself, a lot of things will happen. So never ever stop believing in yourself and your ability. That's the only message I have.
Any project you're working, any dream project that you're working on in Rotary?
See, my dream is always literacy, okay, and empowering women. That is something I'm very passionate about, which I've done over the last several years in my part of the country. I believe that if we empower a lady, it's not only empowering one person, you're empowering a family. And if you empower one lady, she'll make sure her children are educated, which means you're going to change generations. So I believe the return on investment of any investment made in empowering women is very high. And I am passionate about it. I will be continuing to work on empowering women by the skill sets, giving them opportunity to earn a decent livelihood where their value in the family is respected, where their position in the family is respected, position in the society is respected, and they can live a life of dignity. This is something I'm passionate about.
Thank you so much. It was a very thought-provoking conversation with you, and I'm sure there is a lot for the viewers also to learn from you, and they will see some bigger dreams as well. And of course, they will do a lot in the Rotary career as well. And the sense of gratitude that you told us within you was there, which has led you to do so many things for the society. I'm sure we all have that. Like you said, we are being taught, but we just have to realize and act towards it. So there's a great message from Venki sir to all of us that we must realize, we must see our inner call, and then we should donate, come forward, serve the society. We have to just understand the potential in us. We have to see and hear our inner call. Thank you so much, Venki sir.
Thank you
for the wonderful time.
Thank you, Megha. I really appreciate talking to you. Thank you so much.
इसी के साथ मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगी। आप हमारे साथ बने रहें। प्लीज़ लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल। थैंक यू।